By some flaw in time, he ended up being transported to our era. His name is Brisalious, a lover of philosophy.
They call this progress, but what I see are men too rushed to remember why they started running. We traded wisdom for Wi-Fi, silence for notifications. The world taught the child to touch the screen, but forgot to teach him to touch his own heart. Sometimes I think progress is just the beautiful disguise of our escape. The more lights we turn on, the more afraid we become of the dark. Perhaps the future needs less energy and more soul. I invite you to stay with me until the end of this video to help me understand this modern world. And maybe you'll leave a comment about it too. Perhaps there are more of us out there, misplaced in time and confused by this modern society. My name is Brisalious, and this is what I think. The last descent, I walked among them. Everyone had headphones in, eyes on their screens, hearts turned off. No one talked to anyone, yet everyone seemed far too busy to notice the emptiness. Hurry has become the new form of faith. They no longer believe in gods, they believe in deadlines. Each tap brings a rush, each notification, a false sense of purpose. Once, men prayed, now they refresh the feed. Once they contemplated the sunset, now they photograph it to prove they still saw it. But what is a memory without presence? Just a pretty picture of a moment no one truly lived. We traded wisdom for Wi-Fi, silence for notifications, truth for relevance. And the most ironic thing is, no one notices the exchange, because everyone's too distracted by the noise of their own importance. As I watch this frenzy, I can't help but wonder, how did man manage to enslave himself with what he created? He used to be the master of time. Now time is his warden, and the clock his whip. I walked into a cafe. Dozens of people sat inside, but there was no conversation. Only the sounds of taps, swipes, and notifications. A couple sat in front of me. They hadn't looked at each other for 10 minutes. The girl smiled at her screen, and the boy smiled at his. They both believed they weren't alone, but their solitude was almost sacred. The world taught the child how to touch the screen, but forgot to teach him how to touch his own heart. Today, touch became a technical gesture. The gaze turned into distraction. Once, silence was where man met the gods. Now it's where he meets his own emptiness, and so he runs. And silence became unbearable. Runs toward noise, toward excess, toward constant motion. Technology promised to shorten distances, and it did. But it also shortened patience, listening, love, and attention span. We live surrounded by connections, yet no one connects. Surrounded by voices, yet no one listens. Surrounded by information, yet almost nothing turns into wisdom. I climbed an old staircase, one of those few that time forgot, hidden between glass buildings and glowing billboards. Each step felt like diving out of the noise, as if the wind, for a brief moment, still remembered who we were. From the top, I saw the city shining like a sea of fire. Thousands of lights fighting to chase away the dark. But maybe it's the opposite. Maybe modern man lights too many lamps just to avoid facing his own shadow. Sometimes I think progress is just a beautiful disguise for our escape. The more lights we turn on, the more afraid we become of the dark. The more words we invent, the less we know what to say. And the more technology we build, the less humanity we can hold. Each glowing screen is a candle burning at the funeral of human attention. And every like is just an offering to the invisible god of vanity. At the top of the building, I lit a single candle, a small fragile flame in the middle of the electric glow of the city. It flickered, timid, weak, but alive. And for a moment, the world seemed to listen. I come from a time when man feared the wrath of the gods. Today, he fears the fall of the Wi-Fi. And maybe that's the real tragedy. Humanity stopped searching for meaning and started searching for signal. Maybe the future doesn't need more artificial intelligence. It needs emotional intelligence. Less external light and more inner clarity. Less data and more soul. Because in the end, silence always speaks. And progress may just be the art of learning to listen again. Rebellion today isn't noise. It's silence. It's thinking. It's remembering you're human. Join me, and let's remind the world what that means. Leave a like and don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments.